If you look at the data coming out from the Center for the Monitoring of the Indian Economy, and I know the government doesn't particularly like it, but it's the only thing we have available at the moment on unemployment. Unemployment is at a 4-month high in December. What we saw in Bihar recently was very disturbing. Some pundits have called it India's first employment riots, unemployment riots, where you had some 35,000 posts in the railways and 1.25 crore people applied for that. What is your view on the current unemployment situation in the country, the restlessness of the youth, the inability to get jobs, especially on the back of the pandemic and the economic stress that's caused? In any case, at any time, employment is a huge concern, accentuated because of extraneous factors, including the pandemic and these riots that we've seen in Bihar.
So I don't want to comment on a specific incident. The fact of the matter is that, there's always been the case that whenever government jobs were advertised, very large numbers would apply. This has been true always, even much before COVID and recent events. So I wouldn't comment on that specific incident specifically. But yes, I mean, job creation is an important issue that we take seriously. What has happened as a result of it? Well, the data, as it suggests, is the comprehensive data suggests that there was certainly an impact on employment during the first lockdown. It recovered quite strongly, in fact, almost back to pre-COVID levels when the recovery happened in the second half of the year 2021. Since then, the overall data is not available in a comprehensive way, so we can use other proxies. What do the proxies say? Well, we have EPFO data, which suggests that formal jobs did recover very strongly, and have continued to recover quite strongly into this year. Now, some of this is maybe formalization, but I think most evidence is that there is also strong recovery in the new jobs also coming from there. So I think that source of jobs generation is happening, and it's a matter of keeping the economic momentum going, opening up the contact-intensive sectors in services, and allowing those growth to come. So this is not lack of jobs, this is allowing that flow to sustain. But on the rural side, the proxy that we use is, of course, MNREGA data. Again, a very similar cycle is shown. There is a spike that happens during the lockdown. It comes down quite substantially. A smaller, a more shallow increase during the second wave, and then it comes down substantially after that. But it hasn't yet come down to pre-pandemic levels. So MNREGA demand is still somewhat above pre-pandemic level. But in this as well, we need to be careful how we interpret it. So very often people will interpret this, this stress must be showing up in the migrant source states. So we looked at actually migrant source, we looked at the MNREGA data state by state, and it shows something quite interesting, which we hadn't expected, which is that the source states, like Bihar, for example, actually have MNREGA demand has actually fallen below pre-pandemic levels. And in many recipient states like Punjab, Maharashtra and so on, where MNREGA demand has actually gone up. Now, I don't know what this trend shows, or suggests that more research is needed for this, but I'm just pointing out to you that a simplistic interpretation of the MNREGA data may not be appropriate.